Alright guys, today we are going to be doing some tunnel drawing practice and color tunnel practice. I'm going to start by drawing a dot in the center of my sketchbook paper and then drawing four kind of wavy spiral lines going off the page. So, I'm sorry, 8 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So draw 8 lines going off the page. Got it? Good. Got it? Got it? Got it. I recommend using pencil, but I'm using Sharpie so you can see it. Good thing about using pencils, if you mess up, you can erase. The good thing about using Sharpie is you don't have to trace it in Sharpie once we're done. Okay, so here's where it can get a little tricky. You are going to draw these kind of arches, and you want to try to start as close to where the previous one ends, so it's not, so see how I'm kind of starting, maybe you can't, I'm starting like really low. I'm not starting here, I'm touching the previous edge and then coming around and touching the other one. That's going to make it look more 3D. And then since this one goes off the page, I'm just like pretending that it's continuing. Good. If I was doing this on my own, I probably would do a Sharpie pen, but excellent lines. So we're going to do this 3 more times. I'm going to skip a row and go here. And then when I go off the page, and these are really fun to do when you're bored and don't have anything else to do. I love doing them. Next, I'm going to do my third one. I do better if I flip the page, so I'm going to flip my page. And art is short for optical illusion art. And then I'm going to do my final right here. Pretty. Alright guys, so we are going to do a different color scheme that we studied, one in each of these little tunnels. So the first one that we're going to do, let's do analogous colors. So can somebody tell me by looking at your notes or just from memory, what do I mean when I say analogous colors? Analogous colors. 3 colors next to each other on color wheel. Alright, so you are going to pick a base color for this assignment. Your base color can be any color that you want. Primary, secondary, intermediate color. But then you're going to have to figure out the 4 different color schemes. So I'm going to write it in pencil because I don't want this to ruin my... Sharpening my pencil. So here I'm going to do analogous colors. You don't need to label it. This is just... Here I'm going to do complementary colors. Here I'm going to do split complementary colors. And here I am going to do triadic colors. So analogous colors are 3 colors next to each other on the color wheel. I'm going to choose green for my base color. That means for all of these I'm going to use green as my base color, like the color I'm basing my decisions off of. You can choose any color that you want. I'm writing base color here. You don't have to write this, but just for the video. So this is what I really want you to pay careful attention to. I'm going to zoom in. How I color these arches. So I'm going to color one, let's see, kind of in the middle, green, 2, 3, green, 2, 3, green. Okay, so I know this one's going to be green. I'm going to color one in the middle so you can see like a full arch. You are going to need your color plus white and black because we are going to do a shade, the pure hue, and a tint of our colors. Remember, a shade is where we add black to it. The tint is where we get really, really light and or add white to it. And then the pure color, the hue, is just the green by itself. So in each of these little arches in our tunnel, we're going to color it this way. So I'm going to color kind of in this direction so that it gets, it'll look more 3D when I'm done. So I want to get this really saturated in the corner. And then as I work towards like the middle of this tunnel, I'm kind of imagining that this is like the top of it, if this was 3D. So I'm going to leave almost like a white stripe in the center open. So as I get closer to what I envision as kind of like the middle, I'm going to get a little lighter. We have music to go with our lesson. And then I'm going to do the same thing starting on the other side. I'm going to go really dark here, press as hard as I can, and then as I get closer to the center, I'm going to get lighter. So here, see how I did like a value scale here? Dark to light. So I'm going to take it even further. I'm going to use my white colored pencil and blend. And then I'm going to use my black colored pencil to shade just at like the points so that it looks like there's a shadow down there. And this is going to make it look more three-dimensional when we're done. So that's my first one. Since this is analogous colors, that means I need green and then two colors next to green. So I could either do yellow and yellow green, I could do yellow green and blue green, or I could do blue green and blue. I'm going to go with green, yellow, green, and yellow so I don't have to mix colors. But if you choose one where you have to mix colors, you're going to mix the colors first and then you'll put the black and white on top. So my analogous color scheme here is green, yellow, green, and yellow. So I'm going to do my yellow green next. Actually, no, I'll do the yellow. Yeah, yellow green next here. Same idea. I'm going to press really hard in the corners, gradually get lighter as I get to the center of my arc. And the other side. Use my colored pencil. And then my black colored pencil in the corners so that it looks like it has more depth. And then my next one again, green, yellow, green, so yellow. This one here will be yellow. Gonna press really hard. And then gradually get a little lighter for my tint. And mine goes off the page, so I just kind of stop there. But I can still do my shadow with the black. And I'm trying to make them like go up the same height on each one so that there's some consistency. Alright, and I'm going to go back and work the rest of the ones that I skipped over. I just skipped them because it was kind of hard to see the smallest one, but I'm doing the same thing. Some green. Black in the corners. Yellow green. Darker than lighter. Darker than lighter. Black shadow. Black shade. Add white for the tint. Yep, you're just going to keep repeating those 3 colors over and over for your analogous color scheme. So this is all that will get done before lunch. This is making me want Sprite. Yeah, the colors. And I'm repeating. Green, yellow, green, yellow, green. If you didn't use these colors, yours will be different, but keep the same pattern. See, I'm still kind of like leaving like my tint kind of lined up, so it's gonna look like a glare almost, reflection of light, a highlight. It's a highlight. I'm going to make my tint with the black and the edges, the white. And then yellow again. Pressing hard in the corners as I get closer to the top. A lighter pressure so that it blends into the tint. Alright, so I'm just going to keep going until it goes off the page. This is our Lunch break, guys at home, you can work through lunch if you want. You can take your 30-minute break, but I need you to meet back at 1:40. Hold on, let me see. Derek, did you show up? No. Autumn, you showed up. Alright, and Anthony showed up. Okay. Alright, my guys, go on lunch break. Guys online, come back at 1:40.